Friday scam that has been so normalized that a lot of people don't even know is a scam. I'll go first. Black Friday is one of the biggest and longest running scams in the US of A. And worst of all is that now it has a sibling called Cyber Monday. These two scams encourage impulse shopping, overconsumption, and Americans continuing to buy a bunch of things that they don't need because of so-called sales.
So I work at your bank, and I just want to let you know you don't have any Black Friday money. You don't have any Cyber Monday money. You don't have any Taco Tuesday money. You don't have any Wacky Wednesday money. Just stay in the house.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I Am Patience, and on this channel we have conversations about society's impacts on our lives, our finances, and how we can be intentional in taking back that power to make more intentional decisions about our lives and our finances and lead a life filled with financial literacy and making financially good decisions. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification bell so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Last year, I did a video on Black Friday. I'm sure you can find that video, but only if you're over the age of 18. It was starting to do well, especially on the day of Black Friday, and then all of a sudden, I get a copyright strike for violence. And I was showing news clippings of people, jumping on each other and rushing through the doors. It's not anything that we've not seen on the news, but for some reason, YouTube is sensitive. So I'm gonna do another one. And this time I know, so I'm not gonna put a lot of clips, unfortunately. If you can find the original video, I think you should go ahead and watch it. But just because of how that affected my channel, I am becoming more cognizant. Prior to publishing that video, I did not know that YouTube could literally almost blacklist you for such a video. It did affect my channel in the worst way possible for a long time. So if you do want to go find that video, I did leave it up. I did not want to take it off because I worked so hard on that video. So with that being said, let's get straight into this Black Friday scam and Cyber Monday. Please note that you do not need to participate in these events. It is okay if you let it go this year and next year and every year after that. Let's talk about Black Friday and how it's keeping Americans poor. So when I posted that first video, somebody left a comment that I thought was brilliant and really summarized it, and that's what I named this video. But it said that Black Friday is consumerism on steroids. I could not have said it better, and that also gave me the inspiration to talk about this topic again. I am not shying away, because if I can convince any of you to spend more intentionally this Black Friday and Cyber Monday, or not spend altogether, I will count that as a win. So Black Friday, and by extension Cyber Monday, is sold as this once in a year opportunity for you to buy all kinds of new clothes, furniture, toys, gadgets, any type of technology that you want because it's on sale. The only winners here are the companies, the manufacturers, the retail companies. We, the people, we're not winners in this situation. Oftentimes, we're victims of this idea of scarcity and also price manipulation, deception, I might add. And this results in a culture of overspending, overconsumption, impulse shopping, and most items on sale are not even what you need. They're things that you can live without. Let's make it different this year. Put some groceries on sale. That's what we want to see. So Black Friday and Cyber Mondays have become fixtures in the global shopping culture, each year drawing millions of consumers into what is marketed as a season of unbeatable deals and discounts. And while these shopping events promise substantial savings for the customers, it is continually being scrutinized because of the deception and the encouragement of overspending and overconsumption, which ultimately benefits corporations and these companies more than it will ever benefit customers. Because of economic hardships, the economy is hard for a lot of people. Whether you're single, you have children, even people who would otherwise be doing better in some areas, inflation, housing crisis. So because of all these economic issues that have existed for a very, very long time, it's nothing new, as well as the societal appeal of participating in this phenomenon. Sometimes people just go there to watch, but ultimately influences people to spend more than they actually otherwise would. And consumers often spend way beyond their means. They want to be a part of something. And in a culture where we're so disconnected, in one of the loneliest generations, people often do want to be a part of something, even if it's something as Black Friday, lining up, waiting for the stores to open and rushing in. It's a cultural event, and sometimes it's exciting, the adrenaline rush. So people want to participate, fight somebody for something that they don't even want, leading customers to spending way beyond their means. And one of the main purposes of this video is to explore the hidden motives behind Black Friday and Cyber Monday, acknowledging their cultural significance as well as their financial implications. And just like any video that I will ever do, I'm also going to be presenting solutions on how consumers can protect themselves from getting trapped in these days of high stakes where everybody's feelings are also high and emotions are running high, which ultimately can lead people to overspending. So what are solutions that you can take? So let's start with the origin. What is Black Friday? There's not one particular story. If you go do research, there's so many different sources that will give you their perception. Today we're going to go with one of the more widely accepted origin stories. So Black Friday originated in the United States of America, and it takes place the day after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the fourth Thursday of the month of November. So there's no specific Thanksgiving day. If you're not American, I'm just explaining because when I was not in America, I did not celebrate Thanksgiving. So it's something that I had to learn, that it's not a specific day. It's just the fourth Thursday of the month of November. So the day after is Black Friday. And it's originally regarded as the start of the shopping for the holiday season. It has grown into a massive retail event in which stores offer steep discounts to attract crowds, sometimes even opening at midnight or earlier. Black Friday has been around for a long time, decades. But Cyber Monday is something that is more new, and it was actually introduced in 2005, which makes sense because then the internet was becoming more widespread, and today it's a big event because the internet is more accessible to many people across the country. It's not something that only the rich have. A lot of people have access to internet everywhere they are. So this extended, for instance, not just from that Friday, because that Friday is not enough, but Monday, and it continues online, which is pretty smart because Monday a lot of people go to work, so when they come home they could shop online or shop online before they go or when they're at work. let's not put that out there. It caters to people who also do not feel like going in person online. I participate in Cyber Monday. I don't do Black Friday, okay? I don't do crowds like that. So it's a way of catering to every customer. They're trying to find a way that everybody can participate, which is inclusive for the benefit of the companies. And the rapid growth of e-commerce has fueled the expansion of Cyber Monday. What was once just a Black Friday, a day for people to go out and shop, is now spending multiple days and even weeks. And retailers have taken those and they're capitalizing on this frenzy. But these corporations are not stupid. So as these events have grown, so has the tactics and the deception to gain more attention and bring people into their stores to raise their profits. If you think stores are having deals so good that they're basically on the realm of bankruptcy, that's all fantasy, because if anything, they are profiting. And that's another belief, that Black Friday means Profit Friday, because a lot of companies profit. Now take that as you will. There's some credible sources that cite that. Others think that that's not the true origin. But because of this focus on profit, it is not a focus on genuinely offering their customers a good deal. So let's move on to the next section, which is Black Friday and Cyber Monday as tools of corporate profit. As customers naively go into this thinking that these are events for them to save massively on things that they need or things that they want, and even things that they want to give to other people. Retailers use this as the perfect opportunity to clear out stocks, make room for new things that they want to put on the shelf, and boost their fourth quarter earnings. And according to the National Retail Federations, Americans spend over $9 billion, okay, billion with a B, on Black Friday, and another $10 billion on Cyber Monday shopping events. And these are annual figures that highlight the immense amount of profits that corporations are making. They're able to achieve this because of tactics. One of the tactics that they use that I personally really dislike is the scarcity tactic. The fact that they'll put out a limited amount of things for genuine deals and then everything else is regular price. People are going in there trying to get that specific thing that they want and literally fist fighting over few things when they could put out more and serve their customer base in a more genuine way. But how would you increase your profit if you don't put out this sense of urgency, scarcity, and exclusivity? And oftentimes you don't know the true deal till you stand outside for hours, make it into the door, and then all you're thinking about is this is the thing I'm gonna buy, this is the thing I'm gonna buy. You see a big sign saying something like 50% off. You don't even have the time to comprehend what that means. It says 50% off, but is it genuinely 50% off? You grab a bunch of stuff, you take it to the cash register, check out, and you look back and be like, I still spent a ton of money. This was not really a deal. It's not really a deal because had you comprehended, you'd have found out like, okay, this price was not a good price anyway. So 50% off of this price is still not a good deal. Just because something is on sale does not mean it's a good deal. For example, this microphone, if I decided that I want to sell you this microphone for 50% off, sounds like a good deal. But if I told you this microphone was $1 million, you'd be like, what the heck? Just because it's 50% off doesn't mean it's a deal. It's not worth $1 million. And that's the story of some of these. Sometimes you pay more than you actually would on a regular day shopping. And I'm not saying this based on my opinion. This is based on research that shows that a lot of Black Friday deals are sold at the same price and sometimes even less regular times out of the year. And that sometimes even these sales are not exclusive. So you can find the same item on any other type of sale that they have. It's not exclusive to Black Friday. So you're too busy out there spending hours in a line waiting to get in. You're fighting people for this item and you could have probably waited a month for that exact same sale and it's going to be the exact same price you're paying on that item and keep your dignity. And of course, one of the tactics they use the most is just raising prices right before Thanksgiving. Black Friday comes along and then all of a sudden it's like, this is such a deal. That wasn't even the price. So yeah, you're saying this microphone is 50% off, but you rose the price 2 days ago. It wasn't worth what it was now and it's still not worth it. So they can advertise bigger discounts and this illusion of savings for the customers. And if you don't take your time and you're impulsively shopping, you can easily fall for the bad deal. With inflation and economic uncertainty, many customers are already financially strained, struggling to cover everyday expenses such as housing, utilities, and groceries. And Black Friday and Cyber Monday exploits the financial vulnerabilities by presenting themselves as chances to save money, enticing customers who otherwise would avoid discretionary spending. For individuals facing economic hardship, the promise of discounted goods can often be hard to resist, even if it means stretching their budgets and going into debt. We talked about the cultural appeal, which can make it so hard to resist participating because not only is it the fear of missing out on good deals, some people see it as the time to stock up on material wealth. We live in a society that places great value on material things. People see it as this is going to be a great event where we can get new things at a great deal and show them off. Our society is all about what we can take, what we can get, rather than sometimes focusing on what is really and truly important, as well as taking the time to understand our actions before we make that move. But even just participating in something such as Black Friday can make you feel included in this cultural event and something to reminisce on in the future. And of course, with influencers and their rise and their staying in our lives, they often do these Cyber Monday hauls, and sometimes even Black Friday, they get out there and then they will show you all their hauls, and then it makes you feel like, well, I need to do this. I want to participate. I want to get this deal that they got. So they feel it too. Sometimes they are actually sponsored by the company. Like, come shop here, get whatever you want. Then share it with your audience and influence them to come and pay for these things. So don't take everything you see on social media at face value. Educate yourself on media literacy. So in this next section, we're going to talk about about the illusion of discounts and overconsumption. So we've already discussed the fact that a lot of companies or retailers will mark up the prices before the Black Friday or Cyber Monday so that they can put a huge like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% off type of deal. And this is backed up by a study by which shows that nearly 85% of products on sale during Black Friday were available at the same price or cheaper at other times during the year. Additionally, a lot of these events lead to overconsumption, and on this channel we've talked a lot about overconsumption. Mass shopping events such as these, where it's fueled by exclusivity, scarcity, thinking you will never get a deal this good, influences people to often buy more than they actually even need. And the emphasis on quantity over quality means that consumers may buy items simply because they are discounted, not because they are necessary. This behavior is not only financially draining, but also contributes to environmental waste, with millions of unwanted products being discarded each year, and the environmental cost of Black Friday and Cyber Mondays go ignored. And overconsumption leads to long-term financial strain, especially if you're participating in a lot of these shopping events, because it's not like there's a one time a year where everybody else is shopping. People shop on a regular basis. They just tend to spend even more money during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And individuals are often accumulating unnecessary items, not just with money that they could better use for something else, but oftentimes using debt. And when you don't take your time to think about what you're buying and you're just trying to be in the moment, participate in a shopping event, it leads often to regret. This is supported by a study by LendingTree, which shows that approximately 35% of Black Friday shoppers in 2022 regretted their purchases. And these are those who would admit that to themselves, because sometimes when we make bad decisions or decisions that we know are not good, we decide to double down and say this was a great thing to happen when we clearly know that it's not. But that same study found that a similar percentage of people use credit cards to finance their spending, leading to interest charges and further diminishing the value of the initial savings gained through the sale. So what this means is that let's say you go and buy this dress, originally $10, and you get it at 35% off. You end up getting at a discounted price of $6.50. But you put that on a credit card and it takes you about a year to pay it off. And your credit card is at 35.99% APY. Well, all that savings that you got 35% off is gone because you ended up paying it in interest to the credit card company. But I'm not saying you can never participate in Black Friday or Cyber Monday. As I've admitted, I participated in Cyber Monday, and this Cyber Monday I might go online just to look at the deals, see if I find any good deals for Christmas gifts, but there's a way to approach it. So let's move on to the next section on how to approach Black Friday and Cyber Mondays mindfully. To be very demure, very mindful. That's cutesy. To avoid the traps of overconsumption and financial strain during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, consumers should adopt a cautious and intentional approach to these shopping events. And here are some strategies that I recommend. Number one, a budget. This is a finance channel. It's a budget or nothing. Go in there with a budget. Cyber Monday or Black Friday, weekend in general, I will only be spending $200. And once you reach your limit, no matter what, stop. Do not push it. Go in there with a budget. Save for this money before those events. Have it ready to go and be intentional in saying, I'm spending this amount of money and that's it. What you should not do is any type of buy now, pay later, because that can be such a waste where you're like, okay, I said I was going to spend $200, but really I'm buying $800 worth of stuff. So I'm going to split this into 4 payments of $200. That does not make it any better. Buy now, pay later is a trap. Another trap that a lot of people are getting themselves in trouble with during these mass shopping events. And if you want to learn more about buy now, pay later, check out my video on it. It has so much great information. The next thing you want to do is make a list of the necessary items you want to buy. If you have a $200 limit and then you have the items that you want to buy, you can also assign an amount to remind yourself what is a good deal. So for example, let's say I'm shopping for this microphone on a Black Friday. I already went on there about a week ago, find out that this microphone is worth $10. So now if I go to the store and I see it for less than $10, I'll say, okay, it's a deal. But if it's anything like $10 or even more than $10, I would remind myself that this is not a deal. This is a scam. So I will not purchase the microphone. This is just a way to remind yourself that this is how much money I assign to spend on this. And this is also just a way that you're not aimlessly going through the store and just getting something just because other people want it and fighting people for something that you don't even want. And number 3, I've touched on a little bit, which is to research the price ahead of time and assign it a value of, okay, this would be a good deal. Now, if it was $10 and I go and then they say 50% off and it's $10 again, you can decide if you want to purchase it or not. But just make sure that you're not paying more for it than you otherwise would. That's the most important part. If you think you're getting a deal, make sure it's actually a deal and not you paying more for an item that you can get cheaper a week later. Number 4 is if you don't want to participate at all, unsubscribe from emails and any type of promotions that are coming to you. I personally don't watch a lot of TV, so I skip a lot of the Black Friday commercials. But even in my email, when I typically see these, I will delete them or not pay them any mind. And this is just a way of divorcing yourself from the idea that I have to consistently be marketed to. Sometimes you don't even want to go. It's not something that you want to do. But because you're continuously being marketed to, it affects the way that you think. And all of a sudden, something that you knew you didn't need, all of a sudden become a must-have. And I have to get this, and I have to get this. Next thing you know, you're spending way beyond your budget on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Be aware of influencers as well. It's okay to temporarily unfollow influencers who are going to be pushing a lot of Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals. If you need to take that break for the holiday season and then follow them later on, you can do that. Do not be afraid to step away if it's getting too much and it's affecting your finances, or you just have bigger and better plans for yourself. Your health and your financial health matters way beyond following or not following somebody, which is my 5th recommendation, which is to lower social media exposure during the holiday season and unfollow people who keep pushing items. When I follow a celebrity or influencer and they keep promoting stuff, it annoys me and I just disregard. Now, everybody needs money. Everybody has to get paid. People pay their bills through this. So I'm not saying do not support them. There are some that I genuinely support. And even if I don't like the item, I would still like that post just to make sure that they are getting the exposure and they have a fair chance of getting compensated. And even as somebody who does YouTube, sponsorship is something that I hope to be able to do in the future. So I would never say that don't support people who are clearly adding value to your life, whether it's through education or entertainment. That is still value. If you are in a place where your finances truly needs your full attention and truly could not take one more of these Black Friday or Cyber Monday seasons, it's okay to step away for the meantime, take care of yourself, and then go back to following them when you are in a much better situation. Number 6 is that instead of thinking of the traditional gifts you want to buy for people, think of other more creative gifts or even experiences. Sometimes I do think that because of our modern world, a lot of people don't even think about thoughtful gifts anymore, and they're so focused on buying people just something. So instead, take the time, relax, breathe in, breathe out, and ask yourself, will this person prefer something else? And that thing could be cheaper. That thing could be something that is homemade, cooking for somebody, baking for somebody, and they might appreciate that way more than any type of gadget that you would buy them. And the last but absolutely not the least is to keep your mind on your financial goals. You have financial goals. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere, most people are somewhere in their financial journey where they are paying off debt, saving for fully funded emergency funds, saving for education, saving for down payments on a house, trying to pay off their house, saving for retirement, saving for their children. Just so many things going on all the time that if you put your mind on whatever stage you're in right now and you stay focused, you can rid yourself on the need to participate in such shopping events. Half the time, you're not going to buy things that you even need or sometimes even want. And so when you keep your mind on the goal, when you keep your mind focused, you can prioritize the things that are actually important to you, and you will be able to reach your goals quicker because you're not out here spending on Black Friday deals that are truly not deals. And in conclusion, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, though marketed as opportunities for consumers to save, are often sophisticated tactics designed to increase corporate profits at the expense of individuals' financial health. These events fuel overconsumption, financial strain, and promotes overconsumption that prioritizes material possessions over financial stability and financial health. In economically challenging times, the allure of these shopping events can especially be difficult to resist, as the promise of discounts are often tempting and offer what seems to be a great opportunity, but often fake solutions to having a tight budget. By approaching Black Friday and Cyber Monday with caution, setting a budget, and resisting the pressure of our society to participate in conspicuous consumption, you can truly protect yourself from financial strain and focus on a meaningful and long-term financial well-being. And in doing so, you can redefine your relationship with money, with consumption, and with the holiday season. So with that, bringing this video to an end, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section, have you ever participated in Black Friday or Cyber Monday? And this year, will you be participating? If so, what you're putting in place to make sure that you're not going over your budget? And if not, why? Did this video convince you to not do so? As I said, I don't say what you can and can't do, but I always try to bring information that would help us make more informed decisions, because that's the most important part, having the data, having the information. And if this video added value to your life, all I ask for is that you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and share this video with somebody who you think will be helpful towards. Thank you all so much again, and I'll see you in my next video next week. Bye.